I am able to save 5,000 rupees every month. Okay, so I will start a recurring deposit in bank and tell them that I will be able to invest 5,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees every month for maybe 24 months. That means for 2 years. Okay, so for the number of months I am going to invest, this 5,000 rupees is going to be 24 months, right? 24 months or 2 years. Then bank will say, this is going to be at specific interest rate. Say, for example, interest rate is going to be 10%. Okay, so what all you know? You know the principal. Principal means the amount that you are going to invest in each month. Okay, so the amount that you are going to invest in each month. Then what is going to be your, this is N. N is number of months. How many months you will be installing, where you will be investing this principal or this amount. And rate is, when you invest this money, the bank will give you certain interest, right? So what is going to be that interest? That is what R is. Okay. Now the formula to calculate interest, the formula is principal into n plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 into R by 100. Okay, so you have learned simple interest. Simple interest, what was the formula? PNR by 100, maturity value. Maturity value means after 24 months, what will be the amount that you will get? You are investing 5,000 rupees for 24 months. So after 2 years, how much you will get? That is called maturity value. So maturity value should have what you have invested plus interest, right? What is your investment? What was your investment? That is principal into N. What is principal P? P is how much you pay each month. So in my example, I told you 5,000 rupees is what I am going to invest in each month. And N is number of months. How many months I am going to invest 5,000 rupees. So first I have to do P into N, because that much amount I have already invested. That amount plus interest is what I would be getting at the time of maturity. So P into N plus I would be the formula to calculate maturity value. What is the formula to calculate interest for recurring deposit? It is P into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12. You can also say 2 into 12 as 24, okay? 24 into R by 100. So these two formulas you should by heart. And from this chapter, you have, the questions will be only based on these two formulas. Sometimes they will not give you P. You are asked to calculate the principal. Sometimes they won't give you R. You have to calculate the R. Sometimes number of years, number of months, they will not give you. At that time, you have to calculate and give number of months. That's all. So this chapter is that simple. The deposit name is recurring deposit. What is the meaning of recurring deposit? Every month, you are investing a specific amount of money. Every month, a fixed amount of money you are investing in the bank. Okay. And how to calculate the interest? The formula is P. P is the amount that you are investing in each month. N is months, how many months, number of months, and R is rate of interest. Okay, so please note down. P is the sum deposited every month, deposited in every month. N is the number of months for which P is invested. R is the rate of interest per year. Kiran deposited rupees 200 per month for 36 months in a bank's recurring deposit. If the bank pays interest at the rate of 11% per annum, find the amount she gets on maturity. Okay, so she Kiran is investing rupees 200 per month. So what is principal? Principal is going to be rupees 200. For how many months? She is investing for 36 months. So write down whatever information they have given. Bank pays interest at the rate of 11% per annum. So R is going to be 11%. Find the amount she gets on maturity. So let us calculate what is the interest that she gets. So interest, what is the formula to calculate interest? P into n into n plus 1 by 2 into 12 into R by 100. This is the formula to calculate interest for recurring deposit. Let's substitute the values here. Principal is 200. N is 36 into 36 plus 1. 36 plus 1 would be 37 divided by 2 into 12 into 11 by 100. Let's do the cancellations. So it's going to be 1221. Now, what is going to be the maturity value? Because they have asked, find the amount she gets on maturity. So what is the maturity value or maturity amount? Maturity amount is P into N plus I. What is P? P was 200. And how many months? 36 months. What is the interest? 1221. Just add this 7,200 plus 1,221 would give you rupees.
8,421.
8,421, right here. 8,421. Mr. R.K. Nair gets rupees 6,455 at the end of 1 year at the rate of 14% per annum in a recurring deposit account. Find the monthly installment. Find the monthly installment means they are asking us what is the principal. We don't know what is the principal. So let us write P as X. Now, what is the, how many months? They have mentioned it 1 year. 1 year is what they have mentioned. So N is going to be 12 months. We are always talking in terms of months, not year. So N is 12 months. Now, what is the rate of interest here? Rate of interest is 14%. Now, how much he gets at the end of 1 year? He gets 6,455. Is it interest or maturity value? So when they say get 6,455 at the end of 1 year, that means it is the maturity value. So they have given maturity value as rupees 6,455. Okay, so let's write our formula. How to calculate interest? Interest formula is P into N plus 1 by 2 into 12 into R by 100. Write down the formula. Then substitute the values. Interest you don't know, so write it as I itself. P, I am writing P as X. Then N would, if you want to stick to P, you can continue to write P itself, okay? Now, what is N? N was 12. So write 12 into 13. 12 into 13 by 2 into 12. Why 12 into 13? Because N into N plus 1. So 12 into 13 into R is 14 by 100. Now reduce whatever is possible. Okay, so what do I get now? 91x by 100. What is the maturity value? Now I'm going to substitute this on the maturity value. Maturity value is principal into N plus I. Okay, so 6,455 is the maturity value. That is equal to, what is principal? I don't know. So write X. What is N? N is 12 plus 91x by 100. Write down that. Then 12x plus 91x by 100 is 6,455. So you have to find the LCM. Let me make it as 1,200x plus 91x divided by 100. This side 6,455. Let's do 1291x equal to 6455 followed by 2 zeros. So what will be the value of x? 64,000, 6,45,500, right? Divided by 1291. What is the answer? Principal is going to be 500 rupees. So we found out, right? Next is Ahmed has a recurring deposit account in a bank. He deposits rupees 2,500 per month for 2 years. If he gets rupees 66,250 at the time of maturity, find the interest paid by the bank. Secondly, you need to calculate rate of interest. So two things you need to calculate. One is interest paid by the bank. Second thing, rate of interest. He deposits 2,500 per month. For how many years? For 2 years. For 2 years means how many months? 24 months. And what is the rate of interest? We don't know the rate of interest. And they have asked you to calculate the interest paid by the bank. That is the first thing that you need to calculate. Second thing that you need to calculate is what is the rate of interest. So two things is what they have asked you to calculate. So let's find it out. Okay, one more information they have given, that is maturity value. Maturity value is 66,250 is the maturity value. So after 2 years, he will get 66,250. Okay, so here what we will do is first we need to calculate the interest. So if you want to calculate interest, you know what is the maturity value, that is 66,250. What is the principal, the total sum that you have invested? What is the total sum invested? Total sum invested is principal into number of months, right? That is the amount that you have invested. So what is principal into? Principal is the monthly amount that you are investing. N is the number of months. So P into N is 2,500 into 24. Okay. 2,500 into 24 is the total sum invested. Now, what is going to be the interest? Don't you think maturity value minus total sum invested will give you the interest? What is the formula to calculate maturity value? Let's go back. What is the formula to calculate maturity value? Look at this. What is it that you have learned here? Maturity value is P into N plus I. So if I just leave I here and move this to the other side, don't you think I'm getting maturity value minus total sum invested as interest? So just do the subtraction, 66,250 minus what is the total sum invested? So interest is 6,250. If you know interest, what is the formula to calculate interest? Interest is principal into n plus 1 by 2 into 12 into r by 100. So what was the principal? It was 2,500, right? 2,500 into n is 24 months into n plus 1 is 25 divided by 2 into 12. By the way, R is what we don't know, by 100. What is the interest? We know it is 6,250. Now calculate, cancel out whatever is possible and get the answer. I'm getting 6,250 and 625 R. So what is R? R is 10%. That's it. Maturity value of a recurring deposit account is 11,364 in 4 years. If the monthly deposit is rupees 200, find the rate of interest. Similar question. So here maturity value is given to you, that is 11,364. Then what is the number of years? Number of months. Number of months is 4 years. 4 into 12 is 48 months. If the monthly deposit is 200, R is what they have asked you to calculate, right? So let's, how do you calculate this? Here again, you know maturity value. It's similar question. You know maturity value. You can calculate sum invested, right? Or total sum invested. Total sum invested is 48 into 200. That is going to be 9,600. What is the interest? Interest is 11,364 minus 9,600. What is that? Just figure it out. I think it is 1,700 and something. 64. I am going to substitute this value on the formula. Because the formula is P into N into N plus 1 into R by 2 into 12 into 100. Put the values 200 into 48 into 49 into R divided by 2 into 12 into 100. 196 R would be 1,764. Right? Now what is R? R is 1,764 divided by 196. 9%. Monica had a RD account in the Union Bank of India and deposited rupees 600 per month. If the maturity value of this account was 24,930 and the rate of interest was 10% per annum, find the time in years for which the account was held. Okay, maturity value given is 24,930. And principal is rupees 600 per month. Rate of interest is 10% per annum. Find the time in years for which the account was held. So in this case, what all you don't know? You don't know the number of months, right? They are asking you to calculate number of months. Only if you know number of months, you can multiply P into N and subtract that value from the maturity value to get the interest. If you knew the number of months, problem was little more simple. Now you don't know, we have to start with interest formula. So what is the formula to calculate interest? Interest is principal into N plus 1 by 2 into 12 into R by 100. Let's substitute the values here. 600 into N plus 1. Anyway, we don't know. 2 into 12. What was R? R was 10 divided by 100. Now cancel out whatever possible. 5 by 2 N into N plus 1. Now what is maturity value? Maturity value is P into N plus interest. That's the formula. P into N, which is total sum invested plus interest will give you the maturity value. So maturity value, we write it as 24,930 is equal to 600N plus, what is our interest? 5 by 2 N into N plus 1. Okay. This is the interest. 5 by 2 N into N plus 1 was the interest. Now, since 2 is, I have to multiply, I have to cross multiply, make 2 as the LCM and do the cross multiplication. So this will give me 1,200 N plus 5N. I am multiplying this 5N. This 5N I am taking to each and every term. 5N is multiplied to N and 5n is multiplied to 1. So I get 5n square plus 5n whole divided by 2. Okay. This 2 I am taking to left hand side, and what do I get now? 24,930 into 2. 24,930 into 2 equal to 1,200, 1,205. 1,200n plus 5n will give me 1,205n plus 5n square. This is a quadratic equation. We are getting a quadratic equation and we have to factorize and all that. So before we factorize, don't you see 5 is common among all the terms? Is it not 5 common? So since 5 is common, I would say cancel out 5 from all the terms. Okay. It will become 4,986 into 2 equal to, this will become 241n plus n square. Divide each term by 5. You get this. Now, what is 4,986 into 2? 9972 is what I'm getting. So I will write it as n square plus 241n minus 9,972 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Right? So we split the middle term. We split the middle term to 277n minus 36n. And you take, from this you take n as a common factor. So you get n into n plus 207. From here, you take negative 36 as common factor. So you're left with n plus 277 inside the bracket. Again, n plus 277 is common for this term and this term. So take out n plus 277. You will be left with n minus 36. So what are the possible values for n? N can be negative 277 or n can be 36. Is it possible to have a negative value for months?
No.
Never. So you cannot have negative value for months. So only value that you can consider is positive n equal to 36. So you can write since n equal to negative 277 is less than 0, it can't be considered. It can't be considered. So n equal to 36 months means n will be 3 years, because they are asking you to give the now in time in years. That's what they are telling you. So 36 by 12 will give you number of years, which is 3 years. So you can write the time for which the account was held. Summarize the answer. Like whatever they have asked, you write it again. The time for which the account was held is 3 years. Next question is, Mohit started paying rupees 800 per month in a 6-year recurring deposit. After 2 years, he started one more RD, one more recurring deposit account in which he deposited 1,500 per month. If the bank pays 10% per annum simple interest in both the deposit, find at the end of 6 years which RD will give more money and by how much. Okay, so let's do that. First RD, we have to write it as like first RD and second RD. So first RD, what is the duration and all that? It was, what was the principal in that case? 800 per month, right? For first RD, 800 per month. N is 12 into 6 months, right? Then after 2 years, okay, rate of interest, what is the rate of interest? Have they mentioned it? Yes, 10, right? If bank pays 10% per annum simple interest in both the deposit. So R is also given and that is 10%. So this is for first RD, and you have to calculate the maturity value for this. So what is I? I is going to be P into N plus 1 by 2 into 12 into R by 100. Let's substitute the values. 800 into, what is 12 into 6? 72 into 73 into 10 divided by 2 into 12 into 100. Okay. So this and this will get cancelled out, and you can write 6 here. Again 2, and this will get go, right, 300, and this will go off 8 times. So what is the final answer that you are getting? 17520 as the interest. So what will be the maturity value here? Maturity value is 800 into 72 plus 17,520. 75,120 is what I am getting as the maturity value for first recurring deposit, 75,120. Now let's start with second RD. Second RD, it is going to be 4, okay, 4 years, because after starting, the first RD was for 6 years, and after 2 years only, this person is going to start the second RD, okay. So the second RD is for 4 years. So 4 into 12. And what is the rate of interest? Rate of interest is 10%. So we are getting 86,700 as maturity value in the second case. And first case, we got 75,120. So obviously second case is better. The question is, which RD will give more money and by how much? So you have to write 86,700 minus 75,120. That will give you 11,580. And what is this? So you can write second RD is, second RD gives rupees 11,580 more than the first RD. Maybe here you can write difference in maturity values. Maturity values equal to this. Okay, so that's it. So we are done with this chapter.